everyone, good morning. This is Deborah. This video is very serious one. This is some first date rules. I have been watching a lot of crime series and I see a pattern with these girls that get in a car when they're hitchhiking. You don't do that. What's even more insane is getting in a car with someone that you're on a first date with. You don't do that because they could lock the door on you. They could incapacitate you. Don't do that. I think maybe over 30% of the crime series that I've been watching, it is these women who take these risks. You don't take risks. No. You drive yourself to a public place. Girls, listen to me. Okay. You don't talk about yourself the whole date. I have gotten up from my seat and walked out when the guy is talking about his ex the whole time. We don't want to hear that. I used to be guilty of this, and then I realized that how do you get to know somebody on a first date if you're all talking about your past? You got to stop that. As you see, I've got my winter clothes on today. I'm getting ready to go to the doctor's, but it just amazes me the risks that women take on a first date. You do not reveal your address because you might be with the worst scum of the earth, and if he's picked you up at your house, guess what? If he's got the hots for you, he's going to be stalking you. Okay, this has happened 2 or 3 times in my dating life. Yeah, and this is something that everybody has to do, even the men. Get a scenario where you're telling them something uncomfortable. Maybe you're saying no to them or you're disagreeing with them. Set up something like that, because how they react is a huge red flag. If they raise their voice or they storm out of the room, then that's what you're going to get the whole time you're in the relationship. That is a telltale sign. Yeah, give them something uncomfortable. I did this once with one of my fiancés, and I said, I can't come over to your house for 3 days. I have my own house to take care of. He got furious, and I turned around to him and I said, you need to lighten up on that testosterone. Yeah. Because if they are going to get mad about something as simple as that, think about what's going to happen when something real is going on in your life, right? So take heed to this, girls. Okay. Don't reveal certain things about your finances or your past. They'll find out soon enough. But one guy once asked me, are you set for life? On the first date. Well, I never saw him again. Is anybody really set for life? You never know what life's going to throw at you. If you're on a first date and they leave the date to go somewhere and then they come back, I guarantee you it's because they are picking up drugs. Yes. Or if you're on a date and they're on their phone texting people in their family. I broke up with the guy on the first date because he did that. He was talking most of the date to somebody in his family. Then why go on a date? You make those calls before or after the date. That is a no-no. Another thing to watch out for is if your date shows up dirty, unshaven, not showered. That's a big red flag. Yes, that is a big red flag. I had one guy that didn't have $20 to pay for a pizza, so I had to pay it, and I made him pay me back. Well, I dumped him real fast because I'm the one that had to remind him to pay me back the $20. If you have to do that, you're with a child, not a man. And a real man will pay for your meal, and they will make you feel very comfortable. They should not be making you feel a little bit skittish or frightened. I've had like maybe 3 dates where they didn't even offer me a drink or water or anything. And I sat there to see how long this would go on. Finally, after an hour and a half, I look at the guy, and this has happened several times, and I said, "You didn't even ask the waitress if I wanted anything." And I got up and left, and believe me, they go, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't know." You're not ready to date if you can't act like a real man. You're just not ready. And it's the guys who go, most of them are already in another relationship when they're in the middle of divorce. Yeah, they're most of them, because men need, a lot of men, not all of them, but they need somebody to fix their meals and do their laundry. I've been very guilty of doing everything. Honey, if you're not the wife, don't do wifely things. That has caught me 2 times with my last 2 fiancés. I was setting up house and being there, being everything for them, and then I come to find out that they weren't truthful with me with their substance abuse. I got a lot of flack one time when I opened up a cabinet at one of my fiance's house. They go, "What were you doing looking in the cabinet?" And I said, "Well, I was looking for salt and pepper, and then I saw all these medications." No, I didn't go looking for it. It just was there, okay? But yeah, once you get into a serious relationship, you really need to ask, is there any mental problems in your family, or any educational deficits that somebody in your family has? Let's say they can't read or whatever. You need to ask, what is the medical background of your family? You see, because if you was to get pregnant by this person and they did not tell you, "Oh, this runs in my family," well, they should have told you already, you know? So, hope this helps somebody out there. But women are not careful enough. And it's sad that we have to even do all this stuff. Thanks for watching.